Hey, welcome back everyone. So in this one I've got a quick video for you, and it's really two techniques that you combine together to make eyes super simple. One of which is drawing the eye as a basic shape. I guess it would be a parallelogram or a trapezoid or both, but basically you're just slanting a box, and you're gonna have to practice this over and over again, but stay here. You see mine are really bad in a couple of these. Like, you have to just practice it different sizes in relationship to the way that you draw, which actually brings me to my next tip, which is to combine this particular technique with drawing very small. Now, drawing very small comes with all sorts of benefits. I really want to explore this more and more, because what ends up happening is you're able to get these shapes and these ideas of all sorts of things, and very small, very quickly, and you're able to test ideas. I kind of look at it like it's the equivalent of storyboarding for a big movie. You wouldn't move all these giant props around and see if you like the shot. Drawing small helps you to do all that heavy lifting, in a sense, really quickly. It also helps you to keep an eye, no pun intended, on the things that work well small, like where to place shadows, when not to use certain lines when they're just not necessary. So starting small helps you to do this, and that coupled with that little technique on the parallelograms or trapezoids, it just really simplifies the basic shape of the eyes. I find drawing eyes on an angle with this method becomes super simple. Obviously I decided to time lapse today's video, but this only took like 10 minutes by the time I'm done drawing these eyes, and I was actually trying to narrate it. Like, it's really a, to me, it's a really effective way to work. I want to explore this with all sorts of areas within comic art, because a lot of times I get distracted, I get worked up, and I worry about certain aspects of the illustration, when really what I need to do is step back and simplify. Step back and see it smaller. So what better way than to start smaller and then blow it up like you see me doing here, and then start to refine it. And what I even noticed about the refinement process, I have to really remember to take all those cues from the smaller illustration and let them be. Like, not try to over render, not try to fix a bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, you definitely want to make it better, but again, you have to remember what things work well in a more simplistic manner, what things, for instance, don't need a lot of lines to describe them. Placing the shadow on the right side and then letting the light side not have anything is a cool effect. You'll see I try to pull that off with the eyes. And again, that all reads insanely well in a very small rendition. So it's kind of cool. I think it helps overthinkers like myself avoid overthinking, if that makes any sense. But again, just practice this, try it. You really do have to play around with those trapezoids for quite a while to feel comfortable with that. But keep in mind, one of the neat things about that I think it really does for us is that when you go to draw that eye that I'm working on now, the one that's furthest away on an angle, the trapezoid works really well right there. It just helps to align those curvatures, because what I tend to find is if I don't use some kind of method like that, the one eye will just be a lot more oddly skewed. It's like I don't know where to in the curve and where to peak certain things. Those basic shapes do that for us. So every time somebody shows me their work and they look like they're struggling with anything across a center line in a dimensional perspective or whatever, no, I'm doing a little bit of a cheat right there, is that I always go back to just try to figure out what basic shapes work for you and play around with them. And usually that helps to give us an idea of a sense of perspective in the body, in the face, and it makes drawing a lot easier because we have that foundational structure to work from. Somebody I think teaches it really well. I've talked about his book before, but it's Michael Hampton's Design and Invention, I believe. I'll share a link in the description box below. But as far as the whole like breaking things down in a structural based approach, again, I think it's a really good book for it. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. More on the way soon. Good luck with the art, and bye for now.